started
Oh.
there. Recording started there.
Here, get the recording started up there.
Recording started here. Alright, I think we're ready to start this rodeo. Alright.
What is up, Greg?
What's up, Greg?
Welcome to the podcast here.
Yes, today we're doing
An interview.
an interview.
And you're probably wondering, where are we right now? We're in some crazy universe right here, aren't we?
It's
Well,
pretty awesome up here.
With our guest, Brian Tinker. How you doing, Brian?
Good. I'm good. Glad to be here. Glad to be doing this.
Yeah.
Long dream of mine to finally be on your guys' show and to be doing this. So
Yeah.
I'm like super stoked.
Yeah, so where are we? What is this place?
This is Lions Will Recording Studio. This is Lions Will Studios.
Lionsville Studios, and it's in Hornell, New York. And it's not just studios, right? You have all kinds of guitars and stuff. When you came through here, there was just wall to wall with, what's your specialty?
Yeah. So really the Lionsville Music Shop is what created Lionsville Studios. I wanted a recording studio first and foremost, but reality says you have to have a service to the community first so that you can initially, get money and build, reinvest. So that was really where it started, was with the music shop.
Right. And how long ago did you start this place?
So we got the building. It was the old Degatano shoe store back in 2013, November.
God, I remember that place.
November 2013, yeah. And the old man had been here since the 70s, him and his wife.
Yeah.
And he used to build shoes, rebuild shoes, and that's what they did. They sold shoes.
And you know what's funny about that is that when I was younger, maybe 18, 17, I was working on the farms, potato farms and onion farms, and you have these big clodhopper boots on, and it was cheaper to bring your boots to Degatano's and have them put a new sole on, because usually the upper stayed in decent shape,
good, yep.
So we used to come here. Actually, there was a Degatano's in Bath. Same family.
I didn't know that.
They would pick up the shoes in Bath, bring them over here, and old man Degatano would fix them over here and then bring them back to Bath. So once I figured that out, I said, I'm just going to drive to Hornell myself because it, saves time. But yeah, so yeah, an iconic store, and now you're building a legacy with Lions Will. And
Yep.
Geez, I know I've known you for, I don't even know, at least 17, 18, 19, 20 years. I mean, it's been quite a few years. I know the video that I posted that had a little clip of you on it was 17 years ago.
Wow.
And that was on Zap TV, which was my first daily podcast.
Yeah, it was a podcast before podcasts.
It was something before something, yeah.
We were in the basement of Illusions.
It was nuts. So, yeah, Dakota was watching some of those videos, and we're just... we should have recorded reactions because we were laughing our butts off. It was just, I was crying at one point. You couldn't even stop. It was so hilarious.
I thought it was funny that the backstage was me just kind of ducking down in the corner until you called me up.
It was perfect.
You work with what you got.
Yeah, you work with what you got when you got it, and so we're really pumped to be in an actual studio with actually, decent sound. It's very dead in here, which is great. And yeah, so what do you got? You got any questions?
So how many years ago did you make this studio?
So this studio, really, it was basically condemned up here. It had, in 91, we had that ice storm. So all of this up here had been almost destroyed. And there was huge dips in the floor. And it took we first built the dance studio. That took about 6 years. So this took about 7.5 years. So from 2013, let's just say 2014, beginning of 2014,
Right.
until about 2021, it took to build this place. Because I'm a carpenter, and I'm not really a sound man or engineer. I just went really crazy and built a room within a room. So the reason it's so sound dead and so isolated in here, because there's 2 doors, there's 2 walls. Everything is CDX, and which is really thick plywood. So everything is pretty rugged, if you will. The floor is literally it's like that much floor on top of the joists, so that it was really built for recording rock and roll bands, to keep it isolated, so you don't hear cars outside, so you don't hear any outside interference.
Yeah,
so that was like 7 years.
Yeah. It's hard to look at something and kind of get a feel for how long it took to build. But as you're grinding through, I know I've swung in here a few times here and there, and I've come up here and seen it and the progress and everything, and it's just it's a journey. It's a journey.
And so many times I wanted to quit, but you just got to stay focused on your dream, and that was it. That's what drove me.
Yeah,
it was my dream.
Yeah.
The will of a lion.
That's right. That's why we named it that. It takes the will of a lion to do. It takes the will of a lion to be a good cook. It takes the will of a lion to be the president of the United States. It takes the will of a lion to do whatever your choice is, whatever your dream is, and that's why we named it Lion's Will. That became our brand.
Yeah, and this is truly a family affair here. I've seen your dad here. I've seen your boys here.
Yep.
Everybody's kind of pitching in.
Yep. Yeah, you really can't, to make this kind of place, you can't do it alone. There's no way. If you think your ego is big enough to do everything, you're crazy. You'll never make it. That's the bottom line. You have to push your ego aside and become friends with the right people, and become, essentially an entrepreneur, a manager of people that can help you out, and become friends with smart people.
Yeah. Nice. So what's your long-term vision here in general?
I want to make people rich. So this is my dream. I want to create originals that make it out to the world, and then people come here because they know this is the place to make originals. I use Muscle Shoals, where Aretha Franklin and Leonard Skinner came from, and that was just basically a hole in the wall. But they did it. They had the talent, they had the drive, and they did it. And that means it's possible.
Yeah.
That's my inspiration.
Yeah, and everything. I mean, I think the opportunity now coming up is just off the charts, and it's we focused on this channel because Dakota wanted to do YouTube, so I'm like, I'll jump in and we'll do it. We'll do it together, and I'll help you with what I have in my brain, and apply that to the concept of a YouTube channel, and try to build it to help him, because realistically, what's college anymore? You could go to college, you could have $100,000 in debt and still have a shitty job. Mm-hmm. And there's a possibility here. There's a spark of something that we could do, and we've already found ways to monetize our business. He makes more money than anybody his age, I'm sure.
Sure.
And we only have 2,500 subscribers, and we're not even scratching the surface of it. Mm-hmm. So it's like what you're doing. You gotta scratch the surface, and you gotta keep digging and find out what's under there. Mm-hmm. And I see you're doing that here, and I'm as long as I've known you, I'm super proud to call you my friend, and see you successful and everything else. So
I think a lot of it is that childhood imagination. Even at 40 years old, I never lost it. And I think a lot of the times, maybe I'm a different mindset, but I feel like school and college kind of deprograms that out of you. We're supposed to have that childhood imagination. If somebody didn't imagine the Empire State Building, it would never have been created. If I didn't imagine this place and stuck to my guns, it would have never been. It's so easy just to get a job, and there's nothing wrong with having just a good job, but it's so easy to just not be quite as imaginative and just not chase your dreams. So I think a lot of it was just me always being a kid at heart, and just never giving up on my dream and my imagination. And it's not about me, but it's about sticking to it.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I'm a few years older than you. I dress like the teenagers, and I'm never gonna grow up, ever gonna grow up, and yeah, it's just fun. What do you think? I mean, these podcasts are a little difficult. You have a hard time.
I have a hard time like getting into the conversation a little bit. I mean, but that's the fun of it. I mean, I'm learning so much, and when I am able to fit into the conversation, it's so fun to do these podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah, putting you into these situations at your young age, man, a couple of years, you'll be killing it. You'll just know what to say. You'll know how to be. You know what to act. And it's like a sales pitch, It's like being in retail and how to deal with different people, different personalities. It'll come natural. And you'll figure it out. And then you'll run into a guy that was a lot like me, and you'll be like, that dude reminds me of Brian. I'm going to ask him this question, and this question.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. That's how sales is. That's how retail is.
Yeah, so we're super excited to be on this journey. We're super excited to like help out where we can here and help you get people in here and help you, set up podcasts for people, and we're definitely committed to help you.
We're excited to have you guys here. I would love to see you guys here all the time. I would love to see you guys like, hey, we're going to need the studio on Thursday night. Like, sweet. That's what I need this place to be used. I want blood spilled. I want sweat in the air. I want this place to be stained with human. Yeah. And that's really what creates it. That's really what is the heartbeat. You need to be here creating.
Yeah. I totally get that. And, for us, even if you're doing a podcast in your basement and that kind of thing, that's great, but there's something to getting out of your element and getting into a different place and just doing. The only reason I'm here is to talk into this microphone and ask you questions and have fun. Whereas like when you're home, like there's other stuff to do. You got to think. You're thinking about dinner. You're thinking about other things that you could be doing that you're not doing. But here, I'm here and I'm in this moment, and this is great. So if you're out in doing these things in your house, and you're close to us, stop by and rent some studio time and check it out. See what you can do with this podcast thing, because this is a great place. The mics are here, the audio's here, the lighting's here, the backgrounds, everything is special. So pretty cool.
Yeah, speaking about backgrounds, actually, it's cool because it's a red wall, and then you got blue, purple, like a curtain thing, and it doesn't make sense, but it's so cool to look at. Like over there in the drums room, there's like so many colors, and then you got the curtains with many different colors. It's so cool to look at.
Yeah, I know none of it matches. Like a nice fancy looking floor with a blue and green and orange, and some people think, well, there must have been a discount on paint, and maybe there was, but the bottom line is I wanted that erratic craziness. Your brain always is like looking around, and I knew that when lights were on and the cameras were rolling, it always gave you something to look at, and that was really the goal. It wasn't to be perfect and uniform and robotic. It was to be erratic and something to always spark interest, or all this kind of art and all this kind of tapestry. It's all interchangeable. It can always be swapped out and changed for depending on if you're doing a podcast, depending on if you're a hippie band, depending on if you're a metal band. It doesn't matter. It will fit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Nice.
And that was a lot of it. It was just making a creative space. I wanted everybody to realize that. It doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter what you look like, and it doesn't matter what you're doing. You can be creative in here.
Yeah.
Use your imagination.
Yeah, it's very cool. You got a vocal booth. I see you got a drum kit over there in its own little booth, which is kind of cool. You've got the sound booth, which has got a little stage over here. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, this is funny as it is. I had a rapper dude, I had a radio talk show guy, I had a different sound engineer, of course, Mike, our engineer. So this concept of the different levels and the different tiers and the different vocal booth and then the glass, that wasn't there. That was 2x6 wall. So all these different minds had thrown suggestions at me, and I'm like, that's a good idea. Who am I to say it's not? So I've incorporated it. So really, this room is made up of, I would say, about 7 or 8 different minds. Really, and I built it, but if it wasn't for them, that wall would have been not see-through. That door would have been solid metal, which totally would have changed the look of the place
And the dynamic of
and the dynamic, right?
you know, somebody's looking at the drummer, and the drummer looking out here at the bass guy, and then, you know, the eye contact. I think probably is important. I'm not a musician or any of that.
But that's it. That's huge.
Yeah.
Originally, that was a piano room, and this was the drum room. But the drums were so powerful that you couldn't do anything else. So then we switched it up, and really and just trial and error. You know, like I failed. You know how many times I failed? I can't even count. I'd run out of toes and fingers and hands and hair.
Oh yeah.
So it was just trial and error and just figuring things out, really.
Nice. All right.
Cool.
Yeah.
I want to see how this turns out.
I do too.
I'm really excited.
I thought let's just get one down and see how it is, and then not really much theme, just kind of checking it out, and yeah. So I'm cool with it. Do you have any other questions or anything else you want to talk about?
No, but I do actually have something for you.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got some swag inside too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Sweet. I love this kind of stuff. I'm going to stick it right to my walls. I do. I love this kind of stuff. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sweet. I'm putting it on right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love this kind of stuff.
Keep you warm in the winter, man.
Oh, yeah, I'm always wearing a beanie. I live in a beanie.
I got it.
I go this way, huh?
Yeah, whatever way looks cool.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
That is cool. I love this kind of swag, and it's personal. It's not like it's like Nike or some big name that nobody cares about.
Right.
I like it's real. It's us. It's you guys. It's awesome.
Exactly.
I love it. Thank you.
All right. Well, Awkward out, I guess.
Yep.
Rock and roll.
All right. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe and all that fun stuff. Actually, subscribing is the best. I know we got a lot of people watching the show, but they don't actually subscribe. But, you know, that's just as important as everything else.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks a lot for supporting us. And we'll bring more things like this. And hopefully you'll see more stuff happening in this studio. We've already been kind of talking a little bit about resurrecting my old channel, my old show on Zap TV, which was a lot of fun.
It's going to be fun. That's what I would love to. Really.
And well, it's more themey. It's more, it's more structured, and it's just batty. And I think that'll go over pretty well.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'd probably be a billionaire if I had continued that for 17 years.
Yeah, right. 17 years. Yep.
So, all right. Awkward out. Thanks for watching. See ya.
Peace.
All right.
Love it. This is fun.